My name is Joanne. I actually work for Electrolux. I'm actually the Director of Financial Controlling and also the shared service, the global shared service in KL that supports the region in Asia Pacific, Middle East and Africa. Electrolux is a more than 100 years old company, right? And it's a Swedish company that is known as a sustainable leader. So at Electrolux, sustainability is way of life, right? So it's not about how, where, when, it's already there, right? So when I joined Electrolux, I actually entered into the territory, right? Where sustainability is everywhere. It's part of life, right? So as I shared during the conference, the purpose at Electrolux is to shape living for the better. And for us as finance professionals, we just do our day-to-day finance activities as it is with the sustainability mindset. That means to say always having that in mind on how you should do what you are doing related to that. First of all, I didn't choose. So the Electrolux shared service was established in 2011 here in Malaysia. I haven't even joined then, right? But I do promote Malaysia as a location, definitely, as Malaysian as well, right? And I think that if we get it right, Malaysia is not the third ranking in the world for no reason, right? We can talk about shared service in terms of quality, or we can talk about it in terms of quantity, right? I would like to think that we are number 3 because we do not have the supply, right? But the supply that we provide is solid, right? So the people, the Malaysians that are trained, provide service through the shared service, they are quality resources, right? And a lot of people around the world would vouch for that, right? So, and that's why there's a lot of preference, right, for a lot of companies who want better quality, less volume, right? So you will see evolve, right? Because prior to Electrolux, I was actually Hewlett-Packard, and at the start of my career, we had no shared service. Prior to the year 2000, there were no shared service, right? We had like a end-to-end finance. I had 50 people under me, right, across the board, right? And that's just Malaysia. And then we see how the initial hub, India, right, took all our people, right? From 50, it ended up to only 5, right? Everybody went there. And we have to learn to adapt. We cannot understand because you must remember last time India was just starting, right? So they cannot speak English like now. They are very good now, right? So we have to adapt. But 10 years down the road from there, in 2010, HP then invested in Malaysia, Cyberjaya, right? And we had IT, finance, HR as well, right? And HP was not just investing in fundamental shared service. They were doing business shared services, remote outsourcing, remote IT outsourcing, and we were very successful. We were one of the, premium Cyberjaya investors, right? And at that time, at the peak, we had, the workforce, 7,000-8,000 easily, meeting the requirements of the government of Malaysia, right? So when large companies like that come in, we get a lot of support from the government, and therefore we also have to give back, right? So, and at that point in time, you can really see, people say that resource is an issue, but at HP, IT resources, right? Our commitment to the government is that it has to be more than 90%, and we had close to 99% locals. Yes. So if you ask me, is resource an issue? It is how you do it. Till today, right? HP actually split, divested, right? And now we still have a center, DXC, right? And DXC most recently also came out to say that they are one of the most successful center providing IT services, with Japanese speaking capability. They are very successful. Why? Because it's how they do it, right? So if we say that we don't have the capability and therefore we can't do it, then we can't do it. But if we think that we want to make it happen, right, there's a lot of opportunities. So what do? You know, technical can be taught, language can be taught, right? So what they did was they hired a manager, a leader from Japanese, right? And they put it in the center and they start teaching the people, Malaysians, right? Like maybe Mara grads, you know, who has been in Japan, studied, come back, right? They teach them, they coach them, they get them to the assessment level required to support, and you can just see how the center just continue to grow in that area.